Shana Tova. In 1978, while giving his Nobel Peace Prize speech, Prime Minister Menachem Begin posed a question to the audience and actually to all of us. You can follow on page 6 in the handouts. The question was, we look around and see millions of men of all nations are under arms. Intercontinental missiles deposited in the bowels of the earth or lying on the beds of oceans can destroy humanity and everything it has built. Under such circumstances, can we keep our faith in an eternal shalom, eternal peace, that will one day reign over all humankind? This question of Prime Minister Menachem Begin opens the chapter of peace, the Tractate of Peace, that was published in 1979 in Israel, celebrating the peace treaty that was signed that year with Egypt. Until that moment, Egypt was the worst enemy that Israel ever had. Begin's answer was simple. Yes, we should and we can. Shalom is the beauty of life. It is the sunshine. It is the smile of a child, the love of a mother, the joy of a father, the togetherness of a family. Indeed, there are days when to fight for a cause so absolutely just is the highest human command. You rise, you struggle, you make sacrifices to achieve and guarantee the prospect and hope of living in peace for you and your people, for your children and their children. I remembered Menachem Begin's word when I was meeting together with a bunch of rabbis from the Hartman Rabbinical Seminary. We met with survivors of the horrible, horrific massacre done by Hamas in October 7, 2023. Those were survivors from Kibbutz Cholit, one of the 3 kibbutzim that was hit the hardest in this horrific day, October 7. We met with them last year, and one of the rabbis asked the survivors a question. Are there words that you cannot use anymore? Can you use the word God? And then she continued and said, can you still utter the word shalom? And Oren, a survivor from Kibbutz Cholit that lost his entire family in that massacre, rose up and said words I will never forget. He said, I will never, ever let anybody take the word shalom away from me, because shalom is light and sunshine. Shalom is the sanctity of life. It's the soul and the hope. He was literally echoing the words of Menachem Begin. Peace is the beauty of life. It is sunshine. It is the smile of a child, the love of a mother, the joy of a father, the togetherness of a family. The rest of the chapter of Shalom, the Tractate of Peace, is part of one of our sacred scriptures, the Babylonian Talmud, which is the backbone of post-biblical Judaism. And it begins with the assumption that a person, a people, and a world can be trapped in a never-ending war. Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, one of the greatest rabbis of his generation, a generation that has seen the worst destruction in our history, probably even worse than the Holocaust. Jerusalem was destroyed, the temple was burnt, and all of Judea was in ruins, stood up and said, great is shalom, great is peace, for peace is to the world as leaven is to dough. Had not the Holy One, blessed be God, given peace to the earth, the sword and the beast would have robbed the world of his children. Great is peace, says Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi. It's an overarching value of faith and morality. There is a possibility, he goes and explains, to live forever on your sword, to seek war, to look for a full victory, a complete victory, and to bring only despair and darkness on your people. But there's also a choice to seek peace as an act of faith. And he adds, although a generation passes away and another generation comes, one kingdom goes and another kingdom comes. One decree passes away and a new decree is imposed upon Israel. The earth abides forever, i.e., Israel will abide forever. They are not forsaken, nor will they be forsaken. They are not destroyed, nor will they be destroyed. Israel stands forever. We're told that by the sages of the first generation post the destruction of the land of Israel, of the temple, and of Jerusalem. They felt and they saw the destruction. It was the most important experience they had, and still their mission was to stand vis-a-vis that evil in body and in spirit, and to give us the light of faith and shalom. The Tractate of Peace, the Tractate of Shalom, is an invitation to all of us, not only to defend the physical, our bodies, but to defend our souls and our spirits, never to forget our mission, even in times of war. From that moment on, the Tractate of Peace will speak about the greatness of Shalom, how important it is, and giving away our hope for Shalom is not only essential, it's existential. The rabbis are treating the idea of Shalom as the one holy vessel that they were managing, that they managed to rescue from the burning temple. And they are framing Shalom as a necessary tikkun, as a repair to our broken spirits. Pray for Shalom of Jerusalem. May those who love you be secure. May there be Shalom within your walls and security within your citadels. For the sake of my family and friends, I will say, Shalom be with you. In our days, when we are still broken and wounded from the horrible day of October 7, 2023, when it's hard to utter the word Shalom, and sometimes, especially while speaking to Israeli friends and family members, even saying the word or the idea of Shalom means that you will be treated with despise, with offense, like an act of disloyalty and disconnect. But maybe the true offense for our glorious tradition is to give up on the idea of Shalom. If God forbid, we will give our children, our people, our world, a broken future of despair with no faith, a cycle of blood that has no end, where the sword and the beast will rule forever the land. In our days, the chapter of peace, the Tractate of Shalom, is screaming to us, telling us that we need to rise up, like Menachem Begin after the Yom Kippur War, like Oren, the survivor from Kibbutz Cholit, and he challenged us and asked us, do we really still think that great is Shalom? In the Holy Land, does the people of Israel still seek peace? Do we still have the faith to dream on light and sun and the unity of the family? Our sages, broken from the destruction of the temple, feeling betrayed by themselves, by the world, and by God, managed to rise up and inherit to us the only sacred vessel that they rescue from the burning temple, the idea of Shalom, in order to bring back hope and to let go of despair and darkness, to demand from God, the Master of Shalom, to make peace in God's city, in God's land, and in God's world, to remember the words of our Holy Torah, never be entrapped in an unending war, to remember that God never demanded us, God never commanded us on a complete victory, but on the sanctity of life and on seeking peace and pursuing it. As Menachem Begin said then, demanding peace, seeking peace, striving for peace is something that each and every one of us deserves. Our people deserve that, because our people are lovers of peace and seekers of peace for themselves and for their neighbors. May we all enjoy a Shana Tova, a good year, a Shana of Shalom, of peace and wholeness and wellness to all the people of Israel. May we get to see soon in our time the return of the hostages in Shalom and alive to their homes. May it be a year of Shalom and dignity and nourishment to the residents of Gaza. May it be a happy and a good year for all the people of Israel. Shana Tova.